Brother Mike, it's just been... Sometimes you wonder why John Newton picked the word amazing for God's grace. But at some point in your life, you're going to get in a place that when God starts administering that gift of grace in your life, you're truly going to understand why John Newton picked that word amazing for God's grace. Amen. And you're going to be awestruck. And you're going to be amazed.
Amen.
You're just absolutely, you're going to be amazed. And I'm amazed at God's grace tonight. I'm amazed at the peace that comes along with that. And you should be too. Amen?
Amen.
I was going to finish this tonight, but there ain't no way I can finish this tonight. So let's just stand there. When I was pastoring in Franklin, and my mother-in-law was dying of cancer, and I'm telling you, that was a storm that me and Marc going through together in that church, man. It was a typical Mountain Baptist church, and boy, you know, honey wouldn't melt in my mouth when we first went. But the first time I preached a hard message, half the church turned against me. One of those wonderful situations. In the midst of that, I was driving across the mountain. And I always went across the Smokies, across 441 back then. And went across one night through one of the harshest storms, and I was in that little old Ford Courier pickup truck. Brother Michael, wasn't anybody else on the road that night. And the winds was blowing, it's just having its way, that little old pickup truck. I mean, I'd find myself over here on the wrong side of the road and nearly off on the shoulder, just in one puff of wind. And I prayed all the way across through there. Man, it was thunder and lightning, and I got to the bottom before the rain started coming down. I had no idea what kind of a storm really came through that night, but I knew how God's grace was working in my life in the storm that me and Mama was going through. When I headed home 2 days later, I saw the devastation of that storm in the daylight. There were oak trees, at least 200 years old, and this big around that had been uprooted in that storm. The tree limbs, and the Park Service was out still trying to clear that mess up, and part of the road was down to a single lane and all that business. And I'm looking at all that devastation and all that destruction and realizing that all that was going on as I drove through. I had no idea. And it's just like God had that garment of grace on that little old white pickup truck. I could hear, as I went across, I could hear limbs breaking, I could hear crashes behind me, but I wasn't going to stop and check it out. I just kept on going, I just kept on praying. When I got to the top of the mountain that day, I just pulled over to the side. I just sat there and looked all around. Tears started running out of my eyes and dripping off my chin. I'm just so amazed how good God's grace is to His children. And how that He makes such great provision in that grace in a time of a storm such as that. And that's the same kind of spiritual storm that I was going through in my life. But God's grace was sufficient. Amen. And He used those experiences back there in Franklin to help me keep going on for the last 21 years. It helped me to realize that no matter what the storm was that lied ahead, that God's garment of grace would always be sufficient. It'd keep the storms off. See me through. And I'm here to tell you tonight, God's not let me down.
Amen.
God's not let you down.
Amen.
Amen.
Heads are bowed and eyes are closed tonight. And I'll put some music on softly if you would please. Altar's open tonight, church. I'm just trying to be an encouragement to you tonight and remind you that one of the greatest experiences in your Christian life is to be able to experience the grace of God. So you mind the Lord right now. Altar's open. Well, I hope tonight that the next time you find yourself surrounded by circumstance beyond your control, I hope you don't forget that God always made provision for you in His grace. Hope the next time you get a phone call, it's not a good report on the other end of the line. Hope you don't forget that God's already made a provision for you. It's a provision of grace. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring in anybody's life in this building. And I certainly don't know what 2012 is going to bring in our way. I'm not going to tell you Jesus is coming in 2012 because I'm not a date setter. I'm going to tell you I hope that He does. He may not. But the one thing I can assure you of is there's going to be a multitude of occasions in 2012 if the Lord doesn't come and He allows you to live. There's going to be a multitude of occasions when you're going to need God's grace in your life. And so am I. But I'm glad the provision's already been made. And I'm glad we can shout the victory because of it tonight. We don't know what tragedies next year may hold. But thank God we know the one that's got the grace. What a blessing that is. Amen. You know, we could, as Brother Mitch says, we can tell a lot of my dog shit tales and try to get folks to weep and cry. But as I said early on in the message tonight, if you haven't experienced it, you don't understand it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amen.
And you're not really going to understand it until you experience it. And when you experience it, you're going to find out how amazing it truly is. And you're going to recognize the fact that you couldn't have made it through otherwise. And no other way that you ever made it without God's amazing grace. Amen. Hello?
Amen.
All right, so all hearts and minds clear tonight? CDs are out here if you want one, and make a donation. If you don't have it to give, you can tell Michael that you'll give it when you got it. We'll put it in the box. He ain't gonna get upset with you if you take one home. It will be a blessing to you. And if you still need to buy a last minute Christmas present, buy one of the CDs and give it away as a gift. I like those old songs. And I know some of this younger generation don't. I was talking to Brother Marc about that earlier. Some of this younger generation don't like the old stuff, but I love it.
Amen.
Amen.
Some of the songs that he sings on that CD that is not in your hymn book. When I was working with the young folks at Wares Valley Independent Baptist Church, some of those songs are songs we sung as congregations. They bring back a lot of memories to me. They bring back a lot of good memories. It reminds me of how good God's grace has been down through the years. And I'm thankful tonight. Amen. Donald, would you dismiss us in a word of prayer, and everybody can be at liberty.
Father, we thank you again tonight, Father, for allowing us to be back in the house again today. Father, we just thank you for the good day you've given us, Father, being with one another, Father, being preaching of your word, the teaching of your word. Father, we just pray, Father, that you help us in these last days, Father, look upon one another and help one another, Father, encourage one another. Father, just help us, Father, strengthen us. Father, just give us grace, Father, and help us, Father, to access that grace, Father. Father, just thank you for your grace, Father, each and every day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, y'all.